the Texans' rangy linebacker, who has climbed to 68 tackles so far this season. It's the Texans and the Commanders under the lights on Monday night.
We've all waited long enough to get here. It's time for some football as we welcome you to the NFL on EA Sports. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Ewart. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple of QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Lucky Week 13 is underway. Everyone hoping for some good fortune as we enter the home stretch. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. And we'll take a glance at their 7th-year QB.
Some tough luck last week for this quarterback, Kate. 2 touchdowns, the 1 interception, and you just know the way it works. These coaches love to tell us they always think about the losses. They sting way more than the wins. It's the same thing with the quarterback. He's not thinking about the touchdowns. He's thinking about correcting that interception and knowing right here, that plays a clean ball.
Well, they took their shot immediately. Would have been cool if they connected, but no luck. 2nd down. He's got it on the bootleg. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down. He'll throw it. This one will be intercepted. And the Texans have an early opportunity after the interception on the game's first series. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
So now it's the Texans' turn to take the field for the first time. And leading them out is the 2nd overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Lone back gets the handoff. And the look outside yields no fruit. They make the stop near the line of scrimmage. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10.
Here we go.
Stroud off the play fake. That one's incomplete in the end zone. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Out comes the field goal team for the Texans. This is going to be a 31-yarder from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that one's going to get them on the scoreboard.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Here's Miller on the return. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Back out run the Commanders for their 2nd drive of the game. They threw the interception on their opening drive, Brock, but that's right from their memory as they head back out now.
Yeah, it's got to be, right? When you throw that pick early, you've got to flush it. The defense helped with that, holding that offense on the other side to just a field goal and giving this offense now some hope as they take the field again.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Dump off to his fullback. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 47. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And as that one falls incomplete, all eyes shifting to the flag that was thrown. If it's defensive, we've got a first down here. So a little too much contact on the part of the defender, and the officials flag him for it. Running it after the penalty. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Now looking to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or 2 and 3rd downs vertical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And we're getting a look at the leaders in passing touchdowns this season here, where you will find his name among the top 5 right now in the NFL. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's only able to get this to around the 13. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. On play action, here's Stroud. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. So they're left facing 3rd and long. From the gun, Stroud. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Woo! I am not sure how we didn't see a safety right there. Oh, my gosh. I don't think I'm the only one nervous in the building because that QB kept going back and back and was heading right for disaster, but saved himself just a couple yards short.
The Texans set to punt. And his first effort, a tough one. It's going to come from the back of his own end zone. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Commanders will go on offense. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They go play action here. Hits his running back. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Escapes the pocket. He'll step up, and there he goes. Now, after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. 2nd and 3 now. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Caught by Miller. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down from the red zone. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. He completes it in traffic.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch.
And that is caught. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders pull ahead 6-3 in the first. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders take a 4-point lead. Right, ready to send this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Now we get a look at this Texans offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Bronk. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Sheds off a rusher. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Escapes out to the left.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. And the Commanders get home, they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Punting unit out now. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. His first effort went 47 yards. Bronk looks to have a little more into this one. Fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Airing it out to start this drive. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. It was there, he just couldn't corral it. So it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Secures this at the 17. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it's going to be Texans football. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Looking right, and he finds him. And he gets back to the line, but no more. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
At the 26-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Neither side separating much so far. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. On now comes their punter. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he collects the fair catch just inside the 35. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they're going to take over possession. They'll run here on 1st down. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Going to be 2nd down. Back to throw. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so is the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
Dumped off to his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
The give now out of the shotgun. And they'll hold him up after a short carry to the 44. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. He's going to throw this one. Laporta with the grab. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll run it from the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Ryan Wright on to punt. And they could really use a good one here. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense back out now and ready to go. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Clean breakup on that throw. So 2nd down coming up.
Already.
Shotgun now, 1st round. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Throwing is Stroud. Into traffic, complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route, 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. Third down, 1 yard to go. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Hauled in left side. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
He got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. Throw on third down. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Throwing it again here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
Stroud off the play fake. Finds a man right side. And he crosses out of bounds, so now we're going to learn who the penalty flag is on.
Holding offense.
So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. 2nd and 15. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
Brings up 3rd down and 15.
Back to throw, Stroud. Now to his wideout, it's a screen. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB, you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on third down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
And he's got this fair catch right along the 12-yard line. So no return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. Spins out of one stop. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. Swift hauls it in. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. There's a handoff up the gut. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. 3rd and just 2 to go. Pass play coming here. Setting up the running back screen. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Dropping back to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. Now here he goes. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense. And it can suck the wind out of that defense. Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
Dump off caught by his back. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. All right, set now, 1st and 10. They're throwing it. He's got him, that's Swift.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Here's 2nd and 7. Escapes the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. They'll try and throw it here. Setting up the screen. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
He finds Laporta. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He's got it. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They'll throw it again. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that leaves him with 3rd and short. Back to throw now. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Here's a throw. Flushed out now to no place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. All right, some adjustments in store, no doubt about that. They're headed to the locker room trailing as he kneels to end this 1st half. Well, that brings us to the midway point of this one. The Commanders enjoying a nice little lead here on the road. Now we'll send you east to our studios in Orlando. That's where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and the old quarterback momentarily. But first, let's give everyone a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, where it was the visiting Panthers who were able to come in and get one on the road. The Panthers are able to get that record back to 500, but they face an uphill climb in the final 4 weeks to secure a playoff berth. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And as you see, they were losers earlier this afternoon. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. A 3-touchdown differential in the end, 35-14, the final. The Chiefs continue to move up that playoff ladder as they run their record to 9-3 through 12 games.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the 2nd half. Right, ready to send this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Now here's the Houston offense. They've got it first to begin the third. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. First down, Stroud. An alert play defensively there. Got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. That one vehemently swatted away. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Here's Stroud. And the Commanders get home. They drop him. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. The Texans set to punt. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 34-yard line. No return on that punt. And the Commanders will go on offense. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up.
Touchdown, Washington! The Commanders push their lead further to start the half. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
They'll try this extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders drive their lead to 11. Right, ready to send this one away. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And we'll see what they do here on second down. From the gun, Stroud. Short pass brought in. And that will not be enough for a first down. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
So out now comes the punter. And this will mark his 5th kick of the night. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be their football. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They go play action here. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll get it up to the 27.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Give him 8 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first. They're going play action. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Commanders will have a first.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
He's on the move. Now he takes it. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And this is down across the 30 before it's stopped. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up. They give it to him again. And this time they get to him early and stick him along the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. That brings up a tough decision for them on 4th down.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
The Commanders going field goal here. It's on the left hash, 46 yards out. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that extends their lead to 14.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Returning it from the 4. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Out now come the Texans on offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Stroud throwing here on 1st. Buying some, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Taking a look at that scoreboard, and you just can't go backwards. If you're going to close this gap, you've got to stay on schedule. Have had a hard time doing so with a double-digit deficit.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again, following the sack. Looking slant route, complete. And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down. Got to figure out this 3rd down here. Now it's Stroud. Dumped off to his running back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. New series coming up following the punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The Commanders returning their offense and this running back to the field. And his performance has ailed against what has been a very stout defensive front. This hasn't been a contest to stack up their among his better showings, partner. They've made it real difficult to find any holes to hit, and there's been absolutely no space for him to work with. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Finds Laporta. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Kid, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. They're both quarterback and tight end. Went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, hope we have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully. And the tight end, the beneficiary.
1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7. Back to throw. That's caught for the first. And he's taken down at the 30. He picks up 15 on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Pass play now. Laporta with the grab. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And that's a Washington touchdown. And with that score, he's reached a benchmark he's long had his eye on. 30 touchdowns in 1 season. And he's going to come away pleased with how well he has played to put up that kind of number this year. Now they'll try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders stretch their lead to 21.
Commanders 24, Texans 3.
Right, ready to send this one away. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Here come the Texans as they get set to take over on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Shotgun now for Stroud. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
To the air, Stroud. Finds him over the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Connecting on the slant. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Stroud. Completed over the middle. And he works this to the 38 before going down. 2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Commanders.
From the 38. Hits him on the in route. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Stroud off the play fake. Brought in right side. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. They are throwing it again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And it sets up a Houston first.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
At the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
Running it now out of the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Another carry for him. And he's stopped down at the 16 after a small gain. 1 yard on the run. It's going to be 4th and 10.
It's 4th down.
Back to throw, Stroud. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
The Commanders all set to regain possession. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays that followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
On 1st down, they'll run. He's got room to roam here. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a 1st. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now it's a bootleg for him. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up third down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game or already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these third downs.
The offense getting set to go. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he'll get it up to the 27. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 2nd and 3. Short pass brought in. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. 1st down, Stroud. Complete over the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Texans trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Catch made over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Prior to 1st down, they decided to call a timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. From the gun, Stroud. It is caught left side. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. 2nd and 4. Hits him on the out route. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that 1st. Looking to throw, Stroud. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And now they face 2nd down. Now it's Stroud. He's got it over the middle. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running. Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Final timeout called by the Texans. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass...
And he will score. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans get it back to within 2 possessions. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
PAT effort coming up. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans get it back to a 14-point game. So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Commanders. That should just about lock up the win. Even with that kick, there wasn't much chance of pulling off the comeback. And now that they've failed to recover, partner, I'd say this one officially over and done with.
They went out taking every chance they could, right? Swinging as much as possible, but you just can't have this big a deficit this late in the game. Pete Carroll likes to say, can you win a game in the first quarter, the second quarter, third quarter? Nope. You win it when it matters in this league, and that's finishing in the fourth.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. And this was the type of response you always hope to see after a loss, Brock. Get right back out there and find a way to win the following week. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders, as we'll see you next time from Houston.